Is it starting to feel harder to take a full breath, especially when you're lying down or sitting for too long? Does your chest feel a little tighter than it used to, even though your heart and lungs seem normal? Do you get lightheaded when standing up too fast, or feel pressure in your ribs when walking upstairs? These are not just signs of age. These are signs your breathing efficiency is declining. And that decline has nothing to do with your lungs alone. Let's get something straight. Breathing is not just about oxygen. It's about pressure, posture, hydration, muscle strength, and even your stomach. The act of pulling air into your body involves over 20 muscles, multiple nerve groups, and full coordination between your brainstem, diaphragm, spine, and rib cage. After 60, this entire system slows, not because it wants to, but because certain habits, nutritional gaps, and muscle atrophy gradually shut it down without you noticing. First is the diaphragm. This is the primary breathing muscle, sitting just beneath your lungs. It's what pulls air in and pushes it out. When you're young, it's strong and responsive. But after 60, if you're not regularly moving, stretching, or engaging your core, it weakens. And a weak diaphragm means shallow breathing. Shallow breathing leads to poor oxygen delivery. Poor oxygen triggers fatigue, brain fog, poor memory, and even poor digestion. Why digestion? Because your digestive tract relies on abdominal pressure, and abdominal pressure is only maintained through good breathing mechanics. Let's be clear, your diaphragm does more than help you breathe. It holds up your gut, supports your lower back, regulates your heartbeat rhythm, and aids in lymphatic flow. When it's weak, you don't just lose breath, you lose stability. Now look at posture. Many seniors walk with a slight curve in their spine. The chest collapses inward. That makes breathing harder, not because your lungs are smaller, but because the ribs can't expand. You're putting pressure on your lungs from the outside every single day. You sit too long, your rib cage gets stiff. The intercostal muscles between each rib stop stretching. You lie on the couch with your chin tilted down and shoulders rolled forward. That shuts off the upper lobes of the lungs. Even the air you do get in, it stays low. Your upper chest remains unused and your breathing becomes volume reduced. You feel tired and assume it's just no, it's mechanical. Now let's talk fluid. Breathing depends heavily on hydration. Every lung cell, every airway lining, every part of your nasal cavity relies on water to stay elastic. If you drink less than 6 glasses per day, or worse, drink mostly coffee or tea, your mucus thickens. Thick mucus traps more dust. More dust causes inflammation. Your airways tighten. Breathing feels forced. Even the small sacs in your lungs called alveoli require water pressure to keep their shape. Dryness? They collapse. Collapsed sacs mean less surface area for oxygen exchange. Now let's move into food. Your breathing system is directly tied to what you eat. High sugar meals raise insulin. Insulin increases fluid retention. That causes your tissues to swell, including the soft tissue in your throat. That makes nighttime breathing harder, increases snoring, and worsens oxygen saturation during sleep. Too much bread, pasta, or sweet fruits at dinner, your body builds up CO2. Your blood becomes slightly more acidic. Your body compensates by increasing respiration, but with a weak diaphragm and stiff ribs, you can't increase it properly. You breathe faster instead of deeper. That leads to air hunger. You feel tired, you can't think straight. You lose stamina. Now here's where minerals come in. Magnesium is needed for muscle relaxation. Without it, your chest and airway muscles contract erratically. Low magnesium is common in older adults. It causes tightness in the ribs, poor recovery after exercise, and spasms in the airway, especially at night. Potassium helps balance acid in the blood. If your potassium is low, which often happens with blood pressure meds or diuretics, you breathe harder because your pH is off. You'll feel restless or uneasy, especially in the evenings. Choline supports your nervous system. It's necessary for acetylcholine, the chemical that controls muscle contraction, including breathing. Low choline, poor coordination between diaphragm and brain. And zinc, it supports the immune function of your airway. Low zinc leads to more colds, longer recovery, and more mucus in the throat. That mucus narrows airways and breathing becomes effortful. Let's fix it. Start your morning with 300 ml of warm water. Add a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. This activates your stomach acid, hydrates your lungs, and boosts your body's electrical balance. Avoid cold water. It tenses the diaphragm. Before your first meal, do this. Sit upright. Inhale slowly for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat 5 times. This resets your breathing rhythm. Now build your plate wisely. Add magnesium-rich foods, pumpkin seeds, spinach, dark chocolate in small amounts. Add potassium, sweet potatoes, avocados or white beans. Add protein from eggs or fish to support choline. Add olive oil or flaxseed oil to lubricate the gut and reduce inflammation. Then move. Stand against the wall for 10 minutes with your heels, butt, and shoulders touching it. This opens your chest naturally. Walk after meals for 10-15 minutes. Swing your arms. Let your lungs move. Lie on your back before bed with a rolled towel under your upper spine for 5 minutes. This stretches the rib cage and opens the airway. And most importantly, stop ignoring your breathing pattern. If you find yourself sighing often, if you wake up with dry mouth, if your shoulders lift during a breath, if your nose is blocked at night, these are real signs of shallow, inefficient breathing. They aren't harmless. They change how your brain gets oxygen. They alter how your heart beats. They slow down your healing and your mood. Your breathing is not an automatic process that works forever. It's a muscle-driven, nutrient-dependent system that responds to how you live. Ignore it, and your strength fades. Support it, and every other part of your health improves. Breathing starts in the chest, but it's protected by everything below it. That includes your abdominal strength, your posture, your hydration, and your electrolyte level. After the age of 60, most people unknowingly lose control over these systems, and their breathing capacity drops without any loud warnings. The core muscles, which include your abdomen, pelvic floor, obliques, and lower back, are essential to lung function. When these muscles become weak, your body stops supporting the natural rhythm of inhalation and exhalation. You begin to breathe with your shoulders instead of your diaphragm. That not only shortens your breath, but adds unnecessary stress to your neck and spine. Most seniors develop vertical breathing. They suck air upwards into the chest, rather than expanding the ribs sideways and belly forward. This restricts lung volume. It also keeps CO2 levels higher, leading to fatigue and lightheadedness. Horizontal breathing, belly expansion, is what delivers full oxygen. Without it, your cells stay underpowered. Now step back and look at your daily chair. Yes, your chair, that piece of furniture you use more than your shoe. If you sit in a soft chair with no lumbar support, your pelvis tucks under. That slouches your back. Your ribs compress. Your neck leans forward. That position is a breath blocker. It shuts down 30 to 40% of your total lung capacity. And if you sit that way for hours every day, your breathing efficiency takes a permanent drop. Fix it. Choose a chair with a straight back. Keep both feet flat. Sit forward, not slumped. Use a cushion to lift your hips slightly above your knees. This aligns your spine, frees your ribs, and lets your lungs function the way they were designed. Now move into your sleep habits. Your breathing doesn't pause at night. In fact, your oxygen use during deep sleep is higher, because the body is repairing cells, detoxing the brain, and rebuilding tissue. If your breathing is shallow, noisy, or interrupted during sleep, that repair process is cut in half. Breathing while lying flat becomes harder as people age. This happens for 3 main reasons. Your diaphragm shifts upward toward your chest cavity. The soft tissues in your throat lose tone and slightly collapse. Your tongue rests further back, especially if your jaw is weak or misaligned. If you mouth breathe at night, adds dryness to the airways. Dry airways increase resistance. That means your lungs have to work harder just to keep pace, which lowers sleep quality and raises morning fatigue. Try this adjustment. Place a wedge pillow behind your back to keep your upper body tilted 30 to 45 degrees. This prevents diaphragm compression. Place a soft support behind your knees to reduce back tension. Keep the room at 65 to 68 degrees to support lung elasticity. And always avoid fans blowing directly at your face. They dry the sinuses and stiffen the bronchi. Now consider your nose. Nasal breathing is superior to mouth breathing for one reason: filtration. The nose warms, moistens, and filters the air before it enters the lungs. The mouth does. As nasal breathing becomes difficult, often due to inflammation, dust, or allergies, many people switch to mouth breathing without realizing it. This increases breathing rate, dries out the throat, and adds strain to the upper chest. It also removes the calming effect of nitric oxide, which your nasal passages naturally release during clean airflow. Use a saline rinse once daily to clear the nose. Avoid dusty pillows. Air out your bedroom each morning. And if you wake up with dry mouth or sore throat, that's a clear sign your breathing system is under stress during the night. Now shift to your physical movement. The best breathing enhancer isn't a machine, it's walking. But not just any walking. Try this format. Breathe in through the nose for 3 steps. Hold breath for 2 steps. Breathe out for 4 steps through the mouth. This walking rhythm strengthens your diaphragm, coordinates your breath with your legs, and teaches the lungs to move air efficiently, without overworking. Do this for 10 minutes per day. That's 600 steps of structured breathing, enough to retrain weak muscles and flush out CO2 buildup. And the more you do it, the more your lungs learn to relax, expand, and recover. Now watch your fluid intake again. Avoid drinking large amounts of water all at once. That shocks the kidneys. It also dilutes stomach acid and interferes with food absorption. Instead, slowly throughout the day, especially between meals, aim for 1 glass every night. Include a pinch of unrefined sea salt in 1 glass per day. That helps maintain electrolyte balance, specifically sodium and chloride, both of which are necessary for maintaining blood pH and electrical conductivity of breathing nerves. Now review your daily emotional stress tightens the chest. It narrows the rib cage. It triggers shallow, fast breathing. You can't fix that with yoga or a nap. You fix it by acknowledging tension and changing your breath on command. Use this drill 3 times daily. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose for 6 seconds. Hold your breath for 3 seconds. Exhale through pursed lips for 8 seconds. Pause for 3 seconds. Repeat 3 times. This type of breathing activates the vagus nerve, which reduces heart rate and stabilizes blood pressure. It tells your body relax. That shift allows your ribs to soften and your lungs to expand again. And yes, food matters here too. Avoid overeating at one sitting. A full stomach presses up on the diaphragm. That reduces space for lung expansion. Instead, eat smaller meals more frequent. Add ginger, fennel, and cardamom to your meals. These reduce gut gas and bloating, which also lift pressure from the lungs. Avoid carbonated drinks. Avoid chewing gum. Both fill the stomach with air, not nutrition. If your stools are hard or infrequent, your colon presses against your diaphragm. That reduces breathing efficiency. Keep your digestion regular with magnesium, fiber, hydration, and movement. A clean gut supports a free breath and posture again, because repetition builds strength. If you spend a lot of time on a couch or recliner, your ribcage sag. Try sitting on a flat cushion on the floor for 5–10 minutes daily, cross-legged. Keep your spine tall, let your lungs open. This strengthens your back, stretches your ribs, and decompresses your chest. Lastly, monitor your voice. If you speak less during the day, your lung strength decreases. Talking uses air. It exercises the diaphragm. It maintains chest control. Even light humming helps maintain tone and vibration in the airway. Breathing is not just a function, it's a cycle, and every cycle depends on the one before it. Breathe better now and your body rebuilds from the inside out. Aging doesn't stop your lungs, but it reduces how they respond. That's the key difference. The organs don't quit, they slow, and it's your job to notice when that slowdown starts interfering with quality of life. Not through shortness of breath alone, but through energy loss, chest tightness, irregular heartbeat, digestive changes, and mental fog. These are all controlled in part by how well your oxygen system works. Now focus on the rib cage. Most people think their ribs are fixed like a cage, but they're not. They're flexible. They hinge at the spine, expand at the cartilage, and move with every breath you take. But when you stop using them actively, they harden. That reduces thoracic mobility, compresses the lungs, and increases effort per breath. This is not lung disease, it's mechanical stiffness. Fixing this doesn't require therapy, it requires consistency. Begin with arm raises over the head. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. Do 10 reps slowly, every morning. This opens the ribs and gently pulls the lungs upward. If this feels tight or unnatural, that's your body showing you the restriction. Now train your side ribs. Place both hands on the lower sides of your rib cage. Inhale through the nose, and try to push your hands out with your breath. Exhale slowly, and feel the ribs come in. Repeat 5 times. This trains your lateral expansion, the area most seniors neglect. Also remember, your lungs are shaped like cones, not boxes. The top lobes reach up into your collarbone. Most people never engage this area because they breathe shallow. Stand tall, pull your shoulders back, breathe in while slowly rotating your arms outward. You'll feel a subtle stretch in the chest near the neck. That's your upper lungs waking up. It's minor, but crucial. Now move deeper into the heart of breath control. Carbon dioxide is not a waste gas. It's a messenger. It tells your body when to breathe. It controls blood vessel dilation. It helps release oxygen from red blood cells. When you breathe too fast, you flush it out. Too little CO2 means poor oxygen delivery, even if you breathe more. This is called the Bowyer effect. So, when you feel breathless and start gulping air, you may be reducing your oxygen supply instead of increasing it. Correct this by training slower exhalations. Use the 4-7-8 method. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 7. Exhale slowly for 8 through the mouth. This technique balances CO2 and improves respiratory efficiency. It also slows the heart, lowering unnecessary tension in your upper body. The less tension you carry, the more your breath can flow. Let's return to digestion. Poor breathing impacts the vagus nerve. This nerve controls rest, digestion, and internal calm. When your breathing becomes shallow or panicked, vagus nerve activity drops. That leads to bloating, irregular bowel movements, indigestion, and even changes in appetite. Restoring proper breath restores your digestive coordination. Start by sitting after every meal, upright, calm, no phone. Place one hand on your chest, one on your stomach. Breathe until only the lower hand moves. This ensures you're using your diaphragm, not your shoulders. Do this for 3 minutes, no more. Simple, but powerful. Also consider the pressure inside your chest. When you breathe deeply, you create negative pressure. This pulls blood from your lower body up toward your heart. It also pulls lymph, the body's drainage fluid, up through the chest. That keeps swelling down, blood pressure stable, and recovery fast. But if your breathing is weak, these systems slow. That's why seniors who walk daily but don't breathe well still experience edema, fatigue, or chest discomfort. Now look at your tongue. Tongue posture affects breathing. If your tongue rests on the bottom of your mouth or pushes forward, your airway becomes narrower. If it rests gently on the roof behind the top teeth, it supports nasal breathing, proper jaw alignment, and cleaner airflow. During the day, keep your lips closed, teeth lightly touching, and tongue up. This also trains facial muscles to support sleep breathing. Now examine temperature and moisture. Your lungs like humidity. Dry air irritates the bronchi. This causes microinflammation and leads to tightness. Keep your bedroom between 40 and 60% humidity. Use a humidifier during winter. Don't sleep with open windows near traffic or dry wind. Also, avoid breathing through your mouth when outdoors. Cold air tightens the airway, especially in people over 60. Use a light scarf to warm the air. It's not weakness, it's efficiency. Now clean your breathing path. Every few days, steam your face over a bowl of hot water with a pinch of sea salt or eucalyptus oil. Breathe through your nose, 5 minutes. This clears the sinuses, hydrates the nasal lining, and reduces congestion. Clear airways support better airflow, which supports better energy. What about speech? If you haven't spoken much during the day, your lungs become passive. The vocal cords and chest muscles stay idle. Your breathing rhythm becomes erratic. Talk out loud. Read for 10 minutes. Sing lightly if you enjoy music. This is not entertainment. It's physical therapy for your breath system. Now a quick look at aging organs. Your lungs don't age like your skin. They age from DSLs. The more you use them smartly, the longer they stay open, elastic, and responsive. Ignore them, they weaken quietly. You won't notice until stairs get harder. Or your naps become longer. Or your head feels heavier after meals. And the more you ignore it, the more that weakness spreads. But if you invest 15 minutes per day into conscious breathing, posture control, light movement, and hydration, your lungs stabilize. They perform the way they're designed. And they keep you alert, balanced, and mentally sharp. You don't need more effort, you need better habit. And your breath controlled, calm, and clear, is your first and most important one.